So we're going to start solve trig equations by graphing instead of algebraically like we have been. So we're still looking for where x is between 0 and 2 pi. So we're going to draw our graph, put it in our calculator, and then round it to 3 decimal places. So there should be a scale on here, and I keep leaving it off. The scale on this is pi to pi. We only are concerned about the area between 0 and 2 pi. Do you have a scale on here, Colt?
Yep, I got it.
Good. Then the other scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, so we got to reach back in our memories and remember how to graph these. 2.5 sine x. Do you remember how to graph them?
Nope.
Do you remember what 2.5 is?
2. That's your amplitude.
Amplitude.
Yeah,
Good. It's your amplitude. That's how high and how low it goes, right? Okay, and then what's a sine curve look like? Where does it start?
It's like you're on the point, and then you go up, and then you go down,
Okay.
and then you meet.
All right, and since this is just sine of x, it's going from 0 to 2 pi. Okay.
What about that -1? What's that going to do?
Well, we're going to do that in a minute. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have one graph of 2.5 sine x, and then we're going to have another graph of y equals -1. We're going to see where they intersect.
Why?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So
So let's graph this sine x first, though. Let's do this one. So we're going to go end up at 0, aren't we, on 2 pi?
Yes.
And at pi, we're going to be at 0. And then halfway between 0 and pi, we go up how high?
2.5.
And then down,
2.5.
and then you can draw it.
Just saw the side of graph over here. Check it.
I mean, it's a little skinny is the only thing.
Okay, we're going to call that y1, and then the next one's going to be y2, and y2 equals the other side of the equal sign, -1. So we're going to draw a line going through -1. Okay, now where do they cross? How many places?
2 times.
2 times between 0 and 2 pi. We're going to have to find where they cross, and we can't do that from this graph. We're going to put it in our calculator.
My batteries are low.
Yeah, it'll work for a while.
Alright. Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine. Okay, so in y1, we'll put 2.5 sine x. y2, -1. And there's a little trick for the window. We're going to go to zoom. Okay, we'll put your y1 in. 2.5 sine x. y2 is -1.
Zoom Trig.
Zoom Trig.
Z-trig?
Now, it graphs it from 0 to 2 pi.
Wow.
I mean, not 0 to 2 pi.
-2
Negative 2 pi to 2 pi.
That's nice.
And it goes from -4 to 4. Okay. But so let's go to the window. Instead of, we don't want to go to -2 pi. We want to start at 0. Yeah.
0.
Yeah. We're going from 0 to 2 pi. 6.15 is 3.14.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, and then we just leave everything else like it is. Graph it, and it should look like our graph.
Kind of doesn't finish.
Yeah, it doesn't quite go to the end, does it? That's okay though, because we just want the intersections. How do you find the intersection?
Second cap, or second trace, intersection.
Okay, and we need to get over to the one we want. Just make sure you move your cursor to the intersection you're looking for. Yep, 3.553. It says 3 decimal places, so
Oh.
x equals 3.553. Okay, then we'll go to the next one and do it all over again. Second.
5.872.
You're wrong. You're so wrong.
You're wrong. It probably would be.
5.872. Okay, those are your 2 answers, and you're done. Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
that's it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do number 2. Now Now number 2 doesn't have cosine of x. It has cosine of
1/2 x.
1/2 of x. So we're going to have to find out what the period is. Now the scale is still the same.
No, it's
No,
4
it's not pi. Yeah.
4 pi.
And this
Could
is-
you just like multiply that thing by 2?
multiply what thing?
The 4 cosine half x, and then it'd be like 8 cosine x. Would that work?
Nope.
It wouldn't.
No, it won't change this. When you multiply by 2, you're just going to have 8 and 6. That's it. This will still stay 1/2 x.
Ah.
Would be nice, but can't do it. Yeah.
So you just take that 1/2
Alright, so-
and put it under 2 pi.
This is a cosine. What does a cosine look like?
It's a cup.
bell.
Or a bell?
Bell.
Okay. Is this a
It's
cup
gonna
or a
be a
bell?
Cup.
Cup, because it's
Not
positive.
Give me a red
Hold.
solo.
All right.
Right, so
What's the 4 represent?
the amplitude.
Okay, then we got to find the period. Period equals 2 pi divided by b.
Or B.
What's b?
1/2
So 2 pi
Plus
divided
that.
by 1/2.
plus that.
Flip it over. 4 pi.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that our cosine graph is going to go from 0 all the way out here to 4 pi.
So we're just going to be graphing half of the function.
Right, half of the cosine, aren't we? Okay. So where is it going to start?
4.
Okay, and what about halfway? It's going to end up at its
Negative
lowest
4.
point. Good. These are supposed to be negative, aren't they? And then in between at pi, where is it?
0.
0. Good. You draw your cup. And then the other function is where?
3. This is the hardest thing we've done all year.
So, mine at a perfect.
Oh, mine's too low.
So do we need to figure out where it crosses at 4 pi too? Or
No,
just-
just from 0 to 2 pi is all we're
Alright.
concerned about.
Alright.
Are we okay with what we've done so far?
Should we just put 0.5 instead of 1/2?
You could put 0.5. That's what I'm going to
I
do.
think mine messed up and I put 1/2.
Well, Mike, you have to put x over 2 for 1/2 x. For 1/2 x.
Oh yeah, that's what.
But just put 0.5. That makes it simple.
Oh, that's.
In parentheses,
There you
like that. And you should have, it should still be on the correct window. You just have to graph it.
Aces.
And it should look like the graph on your paper.
Does not look anything like.
It's 1.445.
That's it.
Found it.
Can I turn it? Are y'all okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound too good, but
Does it get harder?
Awesome.
Then I'll be bluffing.
I promise. I mean, the only thing that gets harder is a little more complicated graphing, but that's it. Okay.
Hey. Hey, bro.
I'm going to go ahead and put y1 is 3 sine 2x minus 2. Okay, and then we still have the same scale every time.
Every time.
-2 got me. Put 1 in.
Now, do you remember what to do with the minus 2?
Move it down.
Move it down how many?
2.
2, and let's put a dotted line there. Did it move left or right any? No. If it did, it would have a minus 2, like
On the
2x
X.
minus something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd just be pi?
Yeah, pop here.
Right, because period is 2 pi over b,
Just 2.
so that'd just be pi. So we're going to have a complete sine curve from 0 to pi. And where's it going to start, though?
-2.
Yes,
It's gonna go up 3.
and it's going to end at -2 on pi.
Yep.
And then it's positive, so it's going to go up 3, which means it's going to be up at what?
1.
1. And it's going to go down to what?
-5.
-5.
Do we have to draw one function or all of them?
Well, you
Kinda
have
just-
to go all the way from 0 to 2 pi.
Whoa. think you're disappointed.
It's holding your grass was.
Except for that last one, I
Started.
kind of messed that one up.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Something to watch about. Ah, you messed me up.
Now, Y2 is a cosine graph, not a straight line. Okay, so it's going to look a little different. It's a negative cosine graph. So is it it's a bell.
Scratch
And
down at that negative.
Starts at -3. What's the period? 2 pi.
Bless you.
Huh?
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. You.
Starts at -3 right here. And it ends at -3 at 2 pi.
Let's do one in a second.
Maybe. We'll see. And then
Is it food?
at pi, it goes up 3, right?
Yes.
And then at those marks in between, it's at 0.
Showing like one intersection.
Actually, there's 2. This looks like it intersects right here, but it doesn't.
Well, it's kind of complicated.
Yeah.
It's plugged in.
When it's plugged in, you mean?
Huh?
Okay, there's 2 intersections, right? I thought you said plugged in. Right here and here. And as you can't tell, you can look at the graph when you put in your calculator. And also, if you get confused about your graphing, you can put in the calculator first and see what it looks like. Just make sure you're putting it in correctly. Put parentheses around that 2x and then -2.
Yeah.
Well, did he not do that?
Nope, he doesn't.
It's good.
Whatever.
It's a little inside joke.
I figured. I got that.
Ben, quit laughing.
Okay, so it crosses 2 places. You got it graphed okay in your calculator?
It really kind of went on there.
I think it'll work though.
How many got it? Yeah. What the X's, sir? You what? What the
You do got to move your cursor to the one you want.
3, 4, 3.
I haven't got the other one yet.
Are you confused? Why? Where?
Which intersection are we looking for?
Either one. This one, where the graph, 2 graphs cross,
Oh, okay.
and that one.
Y equals -2.960 and X equals 6.1.
6 point what?
6.12.
Techie.
I went too far. There
Mm.
we go. Takes a while to get that cursor back all the way around over to the other side.
Scrolling in the thing.
Like it?
This is good.
Easy.
Wood calculator. Good.
Wood.
Oh, you've got that. Using inverse functions.
Inverse functions. Yes.
Inverse.
Not inverse.
Did I say inverse?
It sounded like it.
Oh, you see
That's
Okay.
still not. More pushing the X.
Okay. Where is the inverse sine function on the calculator?
Inverse.
Anybody know?
Second sign.
Nope.
Yes, right here. Boy, I wish that
Oh,
was
that's-
clear.
that's-
Oh, man.
Too much.
Woo.
Too much.
Maybe there? Nah, it's
No,
still
no.
blurry. I don't know why it's not focus on it. Okay, but this, it's right here above the sign.
Yeah.
We've done this before, a long time ago.
I do recall.
Good,
I don't know.
right? We have to get the sine x by itself. Divide by 2.5. And I don't know if you remember, but to find x, we can do the inverse of sine. So we're going to do the inverse of sine of -1 over 2.5. But we can't put negative in it. We're not going to put the negative in. We're just going to do
Inverse. Sound like the -1.
not negative. Like yes, sine to the -1
412.
of 1 over 2.5. This is not what x is equal. This is our reference angle.
2.411.
Mm-hmm.
412.
412.
Go ahead, Doug.
Come on, Cole, get with it. Okay. 0.4112.
Put it on there.
One,
That'd be a negative?
no, you're not putting a negative in. You put the positive
Disregard the
in.
negative.
Yes, for now. We disregard the negative for now. Now we're going to, when is sign negative?
Oh, I forgot about this.
You know, it's gonna be
So,
Third
and fourth.
Okay.
oh,
So- This is your reference angle. This is right here at
I
0.412.
remember now.
This is 0.412.
So when you do like pi
Plus.
plus 412.
Yes, to find this angle right here, this is pi plus 0.412. So x equals
3.5.
pi plus 0.412.
And then it's 2 pi minus 412.
2 pounds.
Okay, you just do second pi plus, what is it? 0.412? Like that. Okay, and then the other one, how would you find this one?
2 pi minus
Okay.
412.
5.879.
5.871.
Oh, I could.
Okay, now, if you'll notice, this problem is the same problem as number 1.
Yep.
See if you have the same answers.
Uh-oh.
That's really well.
No way.
No.
So we're gonna have to graph them?
Well,
Yep.
Oh, you
let me
do?
explain that in just a second. But it's the same answer, a little bit off because we rounded over here. All the rounding that you do, it makes it a little off. Okay, but they're basically the same. Okay, now this one we could have, instead of graphing, we could have used inverse sine. But if you look at the next one, you can't use inverse cosine because it's the cosine of 1/2 x. So you can't do that.
No, you can't.
And this one, you can't. You've got sine on one side, cosine on the other. You can't get there. Okay.
Listen.
Bless you.
So it's
So the only time you can do it really when you've got either sine or cosine by itself, and it's got to be sine x or cosine x. Okay.
so can we do that? Like
Yeah. Well, unless it tells you to do it by graphing.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Y'all ready? All right. We're going. Wait a minute, Josh. Just hold on. I got to tell you what to do.
Josh just do over there.
He's so ready to go.
Just ready to do some math.
Yeah.
Now I just got out of math mode. Just never sit back down.
Yeah.
All fans.
Out of math mode.
All right. We're going to do numbers
1 through 6.
1, and even better than that. 1 through 9 odds.
Wow.
Oh.